Hi YouTubers. Right now I'm going to take a second here and talk about the Orange Super Crush 100 that I got back at the beginning of this year. So in the beginning of this year, most of 2023, I had pretty much gone direct for a lot of gigs. We play small places and restaurants and that sort of thing. So volume's always an issue and getting gear in and out. So for most of 2023, except for a few gigs, I used a modeler, which I'll do another video on as I go through some of this stuff that I thought might be useful to folks. And at the beginning of this year, I thought I'm going to switch back to using some amps again. There's just, you know, amps are fun. Let's be realistic. They're a good time. But I wasn't sure what to get. Locally, we don't have a ton of options here. So I had to buy stuff online. And so what I did is I thought, well, I'll get two, and then I'll decide which one I like better and keep that one and maybe send the other one back. So they had very liberal return policies if I didn't like them. Well, of course, I liked both of them. So the other one was the Marshall DSL-40 CR. I have that one. I did a video on that if you want to check that out. And this was the Super Crush 100. I got the black one with the black Tolex instead of the orange Tolex. It's a cool amp. It's a totally different bag than the Marshall, but the sounds are different but really good in their own way. So I thought I'd play it for you a little bit. Again, I bought this amp. This is not a sponsored video. I bought this amp and have used it for the last 9 months or so. And just enjoy the way it sounds and thought I would share my insights with it. There's other videos where people are showing every nuance of this amp. Go watch those. I'm just showing you how I use this in my world and kind of the settings I use to get the sounds I like. It's a 2-channel amp, and it's got an overdrive sound, and it's got a great clean sound. It has an effects loop, which is awesome, and it has an emulated output with 2 speaker cabinet choices on it. I've recorded the speaker line out into a computer, and I chose the one I thought sounded better recorded. Live, I haven't really, I mean, I have used it, but I haven't really heard, I don't have an opinion on it. Better or for worse, it's okay. It is, you know, does the job just fine. It is a XLR line out, which is nice to have that capability on it. I think I need to experiment with the other setting too, and just through a PA system and see which one I like better through a PA. I only did it through a DAW, so that's what it is. But it works fine for the places that we're playing, again, restaurants, breweries, small clubs, that kind of thing. So I need 2 good sounds. I need a good clean sound, a good overdrive sound, and I like to be able to back the volume off on each of them to get different sounds and blend that in. Oftentimes I'll use a delay pedal. So how I use this, just like with the Marshall, is I got the foot switch, which is just a 1-button foot switch that switches between the 2 channels. And I put an MXR carbon copy or some kind of delay and a tuner in the effects loop. And I'll use the tuner to mute and tune and that sort of thing. And then have the delay in there if I want to do it. I usually just set those on top of the amp and don't use a pedal board or anything like that. So I just have 1 foot switch coming out in front. So this is just an Eric Johnson Strat. It does have noiseless pickups in it. I think they're Fender vintage, or Fender, I think it's their hot pickup set, the noiseless hot pickups. The noiseless hot, I think, is what it is, or something like that. It's been a long time since these went in, but they sound great. I love them. They've worked for years for me really well, and they're quiet, right? No buzz. So I'll just play some clean stuff for you so you can kind of hear it. I'll tell you the really boon to this stuff. Well, first off, the first one I got of these, as with everything we seem to get now, is there was an issue with. So the first one I got, the volume knob, the master volume, would quit. So once you got to a certain point, it would just shut off. There'd be no volume. So I sent that one back. Company was great. They sent me another one out, and this one's been good so far, so without issues. So, and this is a solid state amp. I guess it's modeled after the Rocker Verb. But it has some great tones in it. The clean sound is amazing, and one of the things I absolutely love is the reverb. I have this on, like, you know, maybe 2 or 3. You hear how much there is? I think that's gorgeous. I don't have any delay hooked up to this, so this is just straight into the amp. You can get a really nice jazzy kind of a, you know. No charge for mistakes. But you can tell it's got a great sound. It'll do that country thing. Okay, does a great job of that. I usually do the same thing. I'll set it where I like it, back the volume off a little bit, and then I just use my volume knob as the boost. Okay, and then here is the grit channel. Just using the foot switch on it. Now this way I'm about at 3 o'clock on this. So that's quite a bit of overdrive. It's not a ton of overdrive. It's not like metal, if you're in a metal thing, you'd probably want to use a pedal or something. This might not be enough distortion for you, but this is plenty of distortion for me. So that's with my volume cranked. I'll back it down now and see how it cleans up. This is all bridge pickup. So you can tell I can get this is like 3. So that's like 6 volume neck pickup. There's about 8. 10. Bridge. So there's that, tons of sustain, great distortion sound, solid state, so it's relatively light. It's lighter than the Marshall. I'm going to say it's 30-some pounds, maybe something around there. So it's pretty easy to tote around. You do have to buy the foot switch extra with this amp. It doesn't include one, but I can't remember even what it was, $40, something like that. But it is really useful to have that, and it makes it super easy to gig with and get great tones every time without too much trouble. Again, I bought this. I'm just using it. This is just for information. So much of YouTube now is everybody trying to sell you something with a paid promotion or whatever. But this is just gear that I use and have had good results with, and thought some folks who are interested in it, this might be helpful in you to help you make your decision or see if it's right for you. Because we often don't have time to play with this stuff. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have this amp and you have comments about it you'd like to share with some other folks down below in the comments section, please do so. And that way, if anyone else is checking this out, they'll have your input as well. Hey, thanks so much for listening. You have a great day.